Hey folks, Paul here. Today we're taking a Cirrus SR-22 G6 from Bedford, Massachusetts to Worcester, Massachusetts. The purpose of the flight is to practice touch and goes, which include takeoffs and landings. Plus we're going to be doing a full stop landing back at Bedford. Bedford is a Class Delta airport, which means that the control tower controls the airspace above the airport and activity on the ground at the airport. I'm going to stop here for a second so you can hear me call the tower for permission to taxi onto the active part of the airport.
Ground Cirrus 341 Echo Yankee, Old T, taxi Delta.
Cirrus 341 Echo Yankee, Hanscom ground, taxi runway 10 via Sierra Echo.
Sierra Echo 291 Echo.
So ground control has given me permission now to taxi to the active runway. I can taxi up to the active runway and stop, and then I'll have to switch over and talk to the tower. As we taxi down the Sierra taxiway here, I'll be accelerating the video briefly. We'll go through the rest of the taxi and the run-up, which tests all the systems in the airplane to make sure it's ready to go. After that, we'll go real-time into the takeoff, and I'll show you that.
November 341 Echo Yankee, Hanscom Tower, proceed on course, runway 29, clear for takeoff, no delay.
Clear for takeoff, no delay, 1 Echo Yankee. 8 November Delta traffic.
For the rest of the video, you'll notice my head on a swivel for the most part. You see me looking over to the right here. He's told me no delay, which means that an aircraft is going to be landing right behind me.
Runway 29.
Everybody's human, including me, so I just want to confirm that he hasn't made a mistake and that guy is too close before I take off. So we were good. I applied full power and
Number 0 Julia Bravo Roger, proceed on course, remain north of runway 29 at all times.
Full power, gas speed alive.
November 92 Hotel, follow. And November 92 Hotel, follow Cessna midfield left down.
As you watch the takeoff here, you can see the plane bouncing around. Today was a pretty bumpy day to fly. Nothing unreasonable, but typical in New England in the early spring.
That's affirmative.
So you're going to see in a little bit just how bumpy it got.
I'll call your base. Report the departing citation in sight.
Citation on site will continue the downwind for 390. Exit 504 is holding short. 29 ready to go in sequence.
Exit 504, Hanscom Tower, standby.
I'll be fast forwarding through some of this video to keep it to a reasonable length. After this first section, you'll hear the ATIS for Worcester. ATIS is basically a recording where they give you all the pertinent information, such as the altimeter reading and what runway they're using. This prevents the controller from having to repeat this information over and over again when different airplanes arrive to the airport.
Worcester Tower, information Foxtrot, time 13540 Zulu. This is VFR, wind 330 at 11, weather better than 5005, temperature 07, dew point minus 06, altimeter 3035. RNAV and visual approaches in use, landing runway 33.
Check out the top of my head as it almost met the top of the airplane here. I hit a pocket of turbulence that gave quite a jolt. So it doesn't really faze me. As you can see, when the video starts back up, I reach down and make sure that my seatbelt is still cinched tight. I recommend that you do this anytime you're on any airplane or airliner. It's a good safety thing and it can prevent you from getting a pretty good welt on your head.
Advise on initial contact, give information Foxtrot. Worcester Tower, this information Foxtrot, time 1354 Zulu. Worcester.
Worcester Towers, Cirrus 341 Echo Yankee is 12 miles to the east. Would like some touch and goes. We have Foxtrot.
November 341 Echo Yankee, Worcester Tower, altimeter 3034, say again.
Would like to get some touch and goes if we could, and we have Foxtrot.
November 1 Echo Yankee, runway 33, taxi via Bravo, Alpha, cross runway 29er at taxiway Bravo.
Sorry about that. We're about 10 miles to the east, 1 Echo Yankee.
November 1 Echo Yankee, roger, enter and report a right base runway 33.
Right base 33, 1 Echo Yankee.
That was a little confusing. Basically what happened is he didn't hear my transmission. It took me a couple times to get everything straightened out with him, but it worked out in the end. Worcester doesn't have a radar screen at the terminal, so he can't see where I am. He's reliant upon my position reports. He thought I was on the ground, but I wasn't. But we did get it straightened out, and everything worked out in the end.
One Echo Yankee's on about a 3-mile right base for 33.
November 1 Echo Yankee, roger, runway 33, wind 330 at 7, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 1 Echo Yankee.
I've just reported a right base, which means I have to make a right turn to get aligned with the runway. I'm about 3 miles away from the runway. You'll see me make the right turn here, then I maneuver for the landing. With this airplane, it's on the initial approach as I'm making the turn, I'm going about 100 knots, which is about 115 miles an hour. I decelerate the airplane until I'm over the numbers, generally about 78 miles an hour over the numbers, 78 knots over the numbers, and you do what's called a flare, where you lift up the nose and wait for the airspeed to bleed off and land. The landing speed on this airplane is approximately 60 knots right at the stall, which translates to about 70 miles an hour. So we're going 70 miles an hour when we touch down. This is a touch and go maneuver. So what I do is, as I'm rolling down the runway, I'll take out the full flaps, put it to half flaps, which is a takeoff configuration for this airplane. Then I'll apply full throttle. This is a high performance airplane, so it's got a large engine in the front. It's 300 horsepower, a little bit more. And when you apply all that power, the airplane wants to turn left. So you have to apply right rudder, accelerate the airplane. When it's going fast enough to fly, you lift it off the runway.
Okay, clear obstacles.
November 1 Echo Yankee, left close traffic approved, report midfield.
Left closed traffic, report midfield, 1 Echo Yankee.
That was touch and go number 1. You just heard the tower controller clear me to make left traffic. Basically what that means is I'll climb to a safe altitude, make a left turn into a crosswind, then another left turn into what they call a downwind. Fly that until you get to a base, which is another left turn until you get on the final approach
Caps available
course for the runway. Then I'll take a left turn onto the final. The reason for the pattern is just to have an orderly way of flying around the airport. The aircraft enter the pattern from different angles, and in this particular airport, that is all controlled by the tower controller. I'm going to speed up, or I've sped up through this portion. I'm going to show one more touch and go real time, and then I'll do the rest of the touch and goes at an accelerated pace.
Lights out, full throttle.
Cirrus 1 Echo Yankee, report midfield.
Report midfield, left traffic, 1 Echo Yankee.
Fast forward through the rest of the touch and goes here. There were 5 total in Worcester. And I decided it was a pretty bumpy day and I was getting bounced around pretty good. It's not that bad, but it's a little fatiguing. So I decided I was just going to fly back to Bedford. I flew up north around Mount Wachusett, took a right at Mount Wachusett, and headed in towards Bedford. In the beginning here, I'm going to let you hear the ATC interaction communication. When I first call up ATC, he tells me about a helicopter that I had in sight for a little while off to my left. Big yellow helicopter. I don't know what kind it was, but it was pretty impressive to see from the air. Then beyond that, as we're getting closer to Bedford, you're going to hear a Bonanza call in. He was basically paralleling me, but on the other side of the airport. And you'll hear a Warrior taking off. He takes off and he crosses in front of me. And you'll hear a Piper Tomahawk working in the pattern.
Hanscom Bonanza 7949 Kilo 12 to the southwest, 2,500 full stop with Echo.
Bonanza 7949 Kilo, Hanscom Tower, report entering the Delta, enter left downwind runway 29er traffic, 12 o'clock, 7 miles southbound is a UH-60 helicopter at 1,100 indicator.
Enter left downwind, searching for the traffic, Bonanza 49 Kilo, left downwind for runway 29.
Hanscom Tower, Warrior 222 November Delta, holding short of runway 29, VFR departure to the northwest.
Warrior 222 November Delta, Hanscom Tower, no delay on the roll, runway 29, clear for takeoff, traffic, Tomahawk, mile and a half final.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29, 222 November Delta.
Hanscom Tower, Cirrus 341 Echo Yankee is 12 to the northwest with Echo land.
Cirrus 341 Echo Yankee, Hanscom Tower, ident.
Ident.
Traffic, 11 o'clock, low, 1 mile.
Cirrus 1 Echo Yankee, item observed over Route 2 and 495. Traffic off your left wing, type unknown, 1,700, appears to be westbound. Enter right downwind runway 29er.
Traffic in sight, right downwind 29er, 1 Echo Yankee.
Pat 19er traffic, 12 o'clock, 3 miles opposite direction at 2,400 indicated, is a Bonanza.
Searching Pat 19er.
Bonanza 49er Kilo, maintain your current altitude at 2,400 indicated traffic is at your 12 to 1 o'clock, 3 miles opposite direction, indicated 1,000, H60 helicopter.
Bonanza 49 Kilo, maintaining 2,400, still searching. Bedford Tower, good morning, ExitJet 628, it's right downwind, visual 29er.
ExitJet 628, Hanscom Tower, number 1 to the field, runway 29er, cleared to land.
Go line 29er, ExitJet 628.
One sec, cabin defrost, landing light is on.
Pat 19er has traffic complete.
Pat 19er, roger, previous changes approved.
Change tanks.
Thanks for help, Pat 19er.
Bonanza 49er Kilo, traffic no faster, you descend to pattern altitude.
49 Kilo.
Close Marshall, House Fasten.
Runway 222 November Delta, right turn out northwestbound, traffic 7 northwest, descending to 1,700.
Right turn, 2 November Delta.
Cirrus 1 Echo Yankee, traffic 1 o'clock, 5 miles northwestbound, just off the departure end at 1,000 climbing is a Warrior.
Looking for the traffic, 1 Echo Yankee.
Tomahawk 03 Victor, extend your upwind, I will call your left crosswind.
03 Victor, extending upwind.
Cirrus 1 Echo Yankee, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles northwestbound, 1,300 indicators out Warrior, they're climbing.
I have them in sight, 1 Echo Yankee. I'll keep my eye on them.
Roger, Warrior 222 November Delta, traffic 10 o'clock, 2 miles in the extended downwind, 1,200 indicators, Cirrus.
2 November Delta, looking for the traffic.
Bonanza 49 Kilo, number 2, following a citation just north of the RKO antennas on a right base to a 3-mile final. Number 2, caution wave turbulence, runway 29er, clear to land.
Traffic, 12
Bonanza
o'clock.
49 Kilo, searching for the traffic. Number 2, clear to land, runway 29, standby gear.
Cirrus 1 Echo Yankee, traffic ahead and to your right, just off the departure end is a Tomahawk, they're remaining in the upwind.
Traffic, 1 o'clock.
Have the traffic in sight, 1 Echo Yankee. Which way is it going to turn?
Traffic,
There'll be a
2
left
o'clock.
crosswind, but they're on my call, so they're extending upwinds, no factor. You're number 3 in the sequence, following a Bonanza, entering the 45-degree left downwind, coming up on midfield. Number 3, runway 29er, clear to land.
Okay, I have that
2
Bonanza in
o'clock.
sight. Number 3, clear to land, 1 Echo Yankee.
Tomahawk 03 Victor, turn left crosswind.
03 Victor, left crosswind.
Wind 320 at 9er, gust 15.
If you look out the right window, you can see the airport runway to the right. That's the runway I'm going to be landing on. A Piper Warrior has just flown in front of me. He wasn't a factor. There's a Bonanza in the opposite pattern, which is over the other side of the airport. And a Tomahawk has just taken off, and he's going to be following on the opposite side behind me.
Bonanza 49 Kilo, Roger, number 2, caution wave turbulence.
Bonanza 49 Kilo.
Tomahawk 03 Victor, number 4 in the sequence, following a Cirrus, midfield right downwind.
03 Victor, looking for traffic, number 4.
Cirrus 1 Echo Yankee, just an update on your traffic. There are being the numbers on the left side in the extended downwind.
Okay, still have them. Are they a full stop?
That's affirmative.
1 Echo Yankee.
Tower say wind.
Wind 340 at 9er, gust 15.
Okay, so that wind check means I'm going to have a crosswind anywhere from 6 knots up to maybe 10 or 11 knots. My job is going to be to keep that crosswind from blowing me off center line. I'll check and see how I do after my practice.
Bonanza 49 Kilo is base to final, runway 29, full stop.
Bonanza 49 Kilo, Roger, your number 1 still runway 29, clear away.
49
Executive 628, turn left on runway 23 and contact ground point 7.
Left 23.7, executive 628.
Tomahawk 03 Victor, you're number 3 in the sequence, following a Cirrus right base to a 1.5 final. Number 3, runway 29er, clear touch to go.
03 Victor, clear touching on turn, number 3, looking for traffic.
Here I've just turned my base leg, put full flaps in, and I'm slowing the airplane down to about 90 knots. I'll be turning my final leg in a few seconds and on my way to land. The Bonanza is ahead of me. He's probably just touching down right now, and he'll have time to get off the runway before I'm over.
Tomahawk 03 Victor, your traffic's the only aircraft on final, about a 1 mile final, Cirrus.
03 Victor, Cirrus in sight.
Stanza 49 Kilo, turn left at taxiway Golf, ground point 7.
Left at Golf, point 7. 49 Kilo, good day.
I'm on short final here. If you look closely, you can see the runway in the distance, and if you look at the nose, it's pointed to the right of the runway. This is to compensate for the crosswind, which is coming in from the right and trying to push me over to the left. As I get closer to the runway here, you'll see me push on the left rudder to align the center line of the airplane with the center line of the runway. As I do that, I will roll in some right aileron, which will roll the airplane slightly to the right. This compensates for the wind, which is trying to push me over to the left. Next, you'll actually see the airplane touch down. You'll see the right wheel touch first, then the left wheel touch, then the nose wheel. The right wheel touches first because we have that crosswind correction, and this is a good landing. It's a little bit left of center line, but it's still acceptable. The landing is soft and aligned with the runway, which is all good.
Cirrus 190 Yankee, turn left taxiway Golf and ground point 7.
Left on Golf, ground point 7, and thanks for your help, 1 Echo Yankee.
Exit 588, Hanscom Tower, hold short, runway 29, I believe that was you calling, I stepped on you.
Hold short, exit 588.
That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. I have 2 more cameras now, so I'll be using those and filming in a wider format, so there'll be a little bit more to see. I hope you come back and check those videos out. They'll be coming out in a couple weeks. So thanks again for watching, and take care.